Hi friends, it's me Tracy and I wanted to pop on really quick and do another review for you guys. This time talking about something a little different, a coffee alternative. On social media, I have been seeing lots of advertisements floating around for this particular brand called Crio BrU. Advertising a coffee alternative, their cacao. And so I had already been looking into cacao before, prior to seeing or learning about Crio BrU, because I was curious about the many benefits that it has, and I kind of wanted to try it out. I look at a lot of nomad videos, and one of the people that I follow, she drinks cacao on a regular basis, and she talks about the benefits. Some of the benefits that I have read about cacao is that it helps it's packed full of antioxidants, and it also has really good sustained energy. It's 99.9% caffeine free. It is not chocolate per se, so it's not like you're going to be drinking a hot cocoa, and it has no sugars or additives in it. It's just a pureness from the cocoa bean. And also it has a lot of antioxidants. It's packed full of antioxidants, so that's good for aging and all that kind of stuff, which I'm all for that. And then it has calcium, zinc, iron, and magnesium, just to name a few. So it has a ton of benefits. So when I saw the Crio BrU's advertisement on Instagram pop up with the special that they were offering for a sampler pack, I decided that I would take advantage of that. But I still had questions about the product. So I ordered the middle of the road pack, which it actually came in a box like this, and I've been using it, so I already opened it. And it came with 5 different flavors. So the one that I have been using so far for the last few days is this double chocolate. It is a cacao, ground cocoa or cacao, and then it says it's a light roast. I also got a Ghana light roast, and I got the Ghana French roast, as well as the Venezuela medium roast and the Nicaragua medium roast. And it comes with a little card in here. This is the middle of the road sampler pack. It was $24.99. They have another one that actually has a French press included, that at the time of the special, it was $39.99 with 4 different coffee flavors to sample. So let me tell you guys about my experience. Let's start off with customer service. After I purchased this, I still had a ton of questions that I wanted to ask the company, and I reached out to them in 5 different ways. All of the ways I did not hear back. That was concerning because with emailing them, with using their contact page, with using their social medias for different ways to contact them, to commenting on the posts that they would make, all of that on both of their social media platforms, and I still heard back nothing, especially my emails. That was concerning, because the special offers that you can love it, try it out, love it, and if you don't, you can get your money back. But if I can't contact you, if I can't reach you, then how am I going to get my money back? So that was concerning. So let's talk about the brewing techniques, because brewing cacao is everything. Hello? If you want to get the best experience, you need to brew the cacao, in my opinion, the way that they recommend, which is a French press, of which I didn't have. On their website, they do say that you can use the pour over method, and that's the normal way that I brew coffee. And so I use my pour over dripper. The first day that I used or tried the cacao was horrible. one, it took literally like 15 minutes for it to filter through, and it didn't get a full strong extraction from the pour over. So, and then by the time it filtered all the way through, the cacao was cold, and I really wanted to drink it hot. So, that brewing method of my pour over just didn't work. However, if I had have used a different dripper, which I do have a Kalita Wave, but it uses filters, I probably would have got a better pour over. But I didn't want to do that for the simple fact that I have read that it's best to not use filters at all. So that's why I chose my filterless dripper. So yeah, that brewing method just did not work. But I really did not want to buy a French press for the simple fact that a lot of moving parts, it's bigger than my dripper, and I just didn't want it. And I wasn't really sure if I was going to like this cacao enough to invest in a quality French press. So yeah, that was why I was trying to stay away from it. So I went ahead and used a different coffee infuser that I have, because, yeah, I was trying to stay away from the French press. But in doing that, I found that it was very, very messy. And although I got a better taste than day one, because on day one, the taste was like dirty water. It had a hint of chocolate with a lot of bitterness. So I really didn't like that too much. It was okay. The bitterness didn't bother me so much, but it tastes too watered down with the pour over method. So with the second pour over method, with using a different infuser, I got a lot of sediment in the brew. And so therefore, I really didn't like it. And it was extremely messy. How well it tastes, it was better than day one when I used my other dripper. It was better than day one. So it was more chocolatey with a little bit of bitterness. On that day, I also decided to mix it with a cream, because that was one of the things that people said, on their website. They talked about mixing it with your favorite creamer, and normally I don't really do that. I like to just get the experience and see, because if it's a really good coffee, you don't need all that, in my opinion. And I felt the same way about the cacao. If it's really good in flavor, you're not going to need to add all the extras. Now the extras are fun. Some people like to do that, but yeah, I wanted to just drink it straight up and see. As far as the color with the second method of brewing that I used, it wasn't too much difference. So I even left it in there longer than 8 minutes. The first time it was 15 minutes. The second time I left it in there for probably like about 9 minutes. And I still didn't get a good extraction with that method. So that didn't work. But, I'm a sucker for punishment. Still trying to stay away from getting the French press. I tried it again with the same method. Still did not work, you guys. Yeah. So I wasn't happy with that. I still, in the meantime, had not also heard back from Crio BrU to have my questions answered. So I broke down and went ahead and got a French press. And so I made it with a French press on the 4th day. And you know what? It actually tastes a lot better. Way better. But My only beef with the French press was the fact that my French press that I have or purchased was not double walled. And so therefore, although it was hot after the 10 minutes of letting it brew, it wasn't hot, 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 like how I like my coffee. The cacao was more like hot, but then after 3 more minutes, it started to be warm and then lukewarm and then cold. So that messes up the whole experience. So yeah, I didn't like that about my French press, but what I did learn in this whole process is brewing is everything. Hello? If you really want to get a good experience from the cacao, because it is a coarser grind, you do want to use the French press and it will work a lot better. Also, the color of it will change. I did notice that with the French press, I got more of a dark brown color. Now this double chocolate that I had, that I've been testing out, is a light roast. So with it being a light roast, it's a lighter chocolate, so I would say it is kind of like the color of, if y'all can see, it ain't this dark, okay? But if I put this up to, I can't do it with light, but it's a little lighter than this, okay? More kind of like a Milky Way color. So you know how a Milky Way chocolate bar looks? That was the color of the cacao. So it was like that. Does it taste like cocoa? Definitely not. I would not say it tastes like cocoa. It does have definite hints of chocolate with a little bit of a bitter aftertaste, which I don't mind, because if you are a person that likes Ghirardelli chocolates, the dark chocolate, then it's like that. So the double chocolate was like that. So as far as the taste goes, it was smooth and good. It does not taste like coffee at all. It is definitely a coffee alternative. So would this make me want to give up coffee altogether? No, it would not. Because coffee has its own distinct flavor, its own distinct aroma, and I really like the way that it tastes. This is definitely nowhere near that. So as far as making a switch, no. Would I possibly mix cacao with some coffee? Maybe. But yeah, as far as switching totally over, I don't know that I would do that. If you were a person who could not drink coffee, this cacao alternative would probably be a great option for you at giving you the sustained energy packed with a whole bunch of other benefits that you're not going to get from coffee. So yeah, cacao can be a great alternative for someone. Or an added benefit, if you want to add this to your grocery bill, you can add in cacao to get some of the health benefits that cacao offers. So that's really my review on Crio BrU. I don't like the company, so I probably will not purchase a full-size pack for the simple fact their customer service sucks. And so as far as the company itself gets 1 star. Not even 1. Well, I'll give them 1 for the simple fact that it came packaged nicely and the packaging came quickly. But yeah, everything else, no. And yeah, as far as the taste of the product, from what I have used so far, it seems like a quality product. And from what I read, their sourcing seems to be really good, and the testing that they do is also good too, as far as making sure bacteria and all that is out of the product. So the sourcing seems to be pretty good as well. And so far, this double chocolate that I have been testing out double chocolate, excuse me, works fabulous. I do like the way that it tastes, but as I said before, brewing is everything in order for you to get the best experience. However, if you don't have a French press and you want to try cacao, I would highly recommend that you get a double-walled French press if you think that this is going to be something that you're going to dive into and continue doing. But as far as testing it out, I'm going to be taking that French press back. Hello? Because I just don't think that I'm going to give up my coffee, and I don't love it enough to continue this cacao habit. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents. I hope that this video is helpful to someone. If you've tried cacao, let me know in the comments below. And if you've tried it from Crio BrU, let me know what your experience has been. Or if you use cacao and you use another brand and you love it, please let me know, because I would probably be interested in trying another company. But yeah, I'm just unfamiliar and kind of like don't really want to do the research finding another company or on the cacao, because right now I don't love it in almost a week that I've been using it. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. I hope that y'all found it helpful. I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Have a great day. Bye.